We are back for the Librarians Season 3, Episode 1, and the Rise of Chaos. We have so much to talk about. Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to the Librarians After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. If you have not already, go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Hit subscribe. We're also on iTunes and SoundCloud. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. You can tweet at me at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And my Egyptian walkers are joining me in the studio. Tauri Miller.
Hi, I'm Tauri Miller. You can find me at Tauri J. It's TURIJAY.
And Alexis.
Hey guys, I'm Alexis Torres. You can find me all over social media, Twitter, Instagram, and all that good stuff at atorres890.
And you are live in the chat.
I am, right here on my phone.
Keeping an eye on everybody. Welcome back to Season 3.
It's so good to be back.
I'm so happy to be back. We will, at the end of the show, explain our schedule for the rest of the season, but let's jump into And the Rise of Chaos.
Dun, 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 dun.
Overall thoughts, what did we think of this episode as a season premiere? Alexis.
I thought it was great to jump back in because it felt like there was nothing going, like, not awry, but like the fact that we're just jumping back in like it's another day. Mm-hmm. Like it didn't have to feel super special. It was just like, oh, hey, we have another thing, and oh my God, the book's on fire. Let's figure this out. Like that was pretty much it. But no, I thought it was just great to see the gang back together.
I agree. Just like this gang.
Yeah!
Tari, what'd you think?
I thought it was a really fun episode. I like that everyone is still kind of kicking butt and taking names, and they're really a well-formed team. I also like that we kind of get to see the progression of the team, and that like we saw them first getting together in the first season, then we saw them trying to figure out how to work together in this one, and now they're like fully formed, and you get to kind of see what the next steps might be.
Yeah.
So good. I love this episode. I loved seeing our team. And Alexis, you're right. It feels like we don't need something big and spectacular.
Yeah.
We're just a team working together.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we do. And we get to introduce a new team, the DOSA.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have mixed feels.
What the F, guys?
It's the Department of Statistical Anomalies.
Oh, yeah, you can just push up our glasses on that one.
Yes.
Yes, nerd, go on.
I found it very interesting because I was like, who's going to be our big baddie for this season to a point? And I was like, okay, I do agree with Bard on the fact that the government had to get involved at one point, but at the same time I was like, I really didn't want that, kind of. But I'm like, I'm in the middle. I feel weird about it, but I'm also like, I want to see more.
Yeah. I like having like the government feel like they have some kind of control over like big crazy things that they have no place being in.
Yeah.
I mean,
so dumb.
I mean, yeah, but like they are like UNIT in Doctor Who,
Yes.
or
Okay.
like every other government, or if you watch, what is the name of that show? Being Human, how they also have that government organization. Like it always happens where you have your ragtag group who are doing a big thing, and then
Saving the world.
yeah,
I know.
and then they make so many waves that the government's like, we can't let this go unchecked. You know, just like it also in Civil War. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. What else you got? I was like, Fringe Division?
Of course. Well,
Well, I mean, that's pretty much, as you pointed out, it was like, oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
It took me a minute.
So I really like Vanessa Williams, but for those who are Leverage fans, yeah, absolutely. Leverage fans, did no one else feel like Vanessa Williams' character was clearly sterling?
Yeah.
It's very clearly Mark Shepard's character, but sexier.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd
agree with
love
that.
it. And I like the idea that, like, Baird was like, yeah, the government was gonna notice.
No, and that's why as soon as she said it, I was like, oh my God, this is what's going to happen. And it makes sense.
I'm surprised
I hate
it took the government so long.
Well, I also am not surprised because they're like, let's do this on our own. Wow, this is taking a little bit longer. Let's just follow these guys because I think I know what they're doing. But at the same time, I don't think I feel like they want to be followers because they want to know what's happening. But at the same time, they're like, I'm not really following you though. I totally have everything under control.
I just think that they are. I think the librarians should be the part of the government. Like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, or at least helping.
Yeah.
You know, like team up to a point.
Sorry, you have a smug
Tari's like,
look on your face?
nope.
No,
Nope.
Nothing
Please,
smug
smug.
about the look on my
Nope.
face.
Go on, smug.
I disagree. I think that
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, if you think of magic as an instrument that has no rules, then you can't implement a entity that is all about laws and regulations into the capture of those items. Like there are going to be times when it requires a little more improvisation, and sometimes there's going to be a little more collateral damage and things of that
Always.
sort. And so like you can't essentially, if that were the case, I think all of the librarians would be fired or in prison. Or...
I just always assumed that the library was part of the government because it's the Metropolitan Library. I just assumed that it had some sort of government ties. I guess I was wrong.
According to Ivan in the chat, he says Dosa is a SHIELD wannabe.
Nice.
I
Also
can see that.
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, nerds. Keep going.
Yes. And also, Ivan agreed with you. Fringe Division was badass.
Yeah, it was.
Though I would say that
Yes, nerd.
the fringe
Oh,
division
here we
is
go.
actually you being on the government side of the government intervening on bigger events that are bigger than them. So if you think of yourself as the librarians being are more like on the, I forget his name. He was the scientist who got cut in half by the portal closing. We'd be more on the Robert Smith side, or Robert Jones.
Yeah.
Than the
Jones.
fringe. Yeah.
Jones.
Let's see.
For the iTunes listeners, I was just sipping my tea as Tari was just nerdgasming everywhere for that one.
All right, before we move on, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. That's
Oh,
right,
yes.
guys. I want to tell you about something amazing. So, night after night, two people lay in bed together, and sometimes it's time to buy a new mattress and only one of them gets their way. Until now, introducing Helix Sleep, where you can buy mattresses online customized for both of you for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands. Go to helixsleep.com, answer a few simple questions based on 4 key preferences, and the result will be a custom sleep profile used to build you the most comfortable mattress you'll ever sleep on. Your mattress will arrive at your door in about a week, and shipping is completely free. And for couples, Helix customizes each side of the mattress, personalized to suit each of your bodies and the way you both sleep. Helix customers report a 30% improvement in overall sleep quality. You have 100 nights to try it out. And if you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and give you a full refund, no questions asked. That's why everyone from GQ Magazine to Forbes are all talking about Helix Sleep. Go to helixsleep.com/podcast and get $50 off your order. That's helixsleep.com/podcast. helixsleep.com/podcast.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I could do with a new mattress for sure.
Yeah.
So that's on my wedding registry.
I feel like somebody who really could use a new mattress is Apep, who has been asleep for thousands of years.
Oh my! I love
Right?
how like the host that was used was
Mr.
just
Barry.
like he was just so irritated at the fact that he's like, I didn't see any shrunken heads of mummies, and I was just like, oh wow, okay.
This guy's a jerk.
He seems so irritated. I'm like, clearly there are other reasons. Like I love how he's like, if I see another urn, I'm gonna. What did he say? That he was gonna like blow off his own head. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a little extreme.
I'm sorry. That man is the same man who took a selfie with a mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Sir, you can't be that judgmental. You took a selfie
I
with a
mean-
Yeah,
mummy.
that's how you gotta do it. Mummies were vain, and that's how you have to represent.
It
Picture
actually
it didn't happen.
Yeah, right. And it's funny that you bring that up. I don't remember where in the world it is, but I know that there's like this mummy hand that's been cursed or something like that, and it's in a box. And apparently, if you take a picture of it or yourself in a picture of it, you're actually cursed yourself. And like I don't know. Again, I've never seen this hand. I've just heard stories.
Well, of course
but,
not, because if
yeah.
you see the picture,
yeah, no,
you're
I don't
cursed.
want it. That I know that some people who did try to do it because they thought it would be funny, and then like something happened to them after. It
Right.
wasn't continuous, but something bad did happen to them like within
They
24
stubbed
hours.
their
Interesting.
toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An image of the hand becomes the hand.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It was
Angels. Waving
it was
Angels
interesting.
reference. Doctor Who reference. So let's talk about our god of chaos that we meet.
Yes.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
the god of chaos, Apep. That's going to be our big bad for this season.
It seems like it. Yeah.
Perhaps.
He's our
Duloc or
our
our...
Prospero.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not feeling it?
I don't know. I'd like our villain to not be an old white man.
First of all,
Okay.
he was Egyptian, so he's definitely not white.
That's true. Sorry, I'm thinking of Barry. Good call.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's gonna find another host.
I
so.
hope that host is not another old white man.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would like some diversity.
Yeah, I think he...
It also just reminded me a lot of Supernatural. That's what it reminded me of. Just a lot of like ghost demons, whatever, just flying at black smoke coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
The black eyes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm watching a Supernatural episode, but with better actors. Anyway,
Whoa.
And quality writing.
thank you.
Yeah. So Supernatural,
Supernatural
but
fans.
better.
Yeah, in its own thing. Everybody knows I love Supernatural, but this is like a whole different level for me.
I also really like that we have our villain and we have his power that he can cause chaos. But also our team has already figured out how to solve it, and like it no longer affects them.
I was also very confused. I don't know if it was because I went to go make pizza rolls or something during this part, but I
You
was
and the
very
pizza
I
rolls.
don't know. But I didn't understand how they got to the point of knowing the song was what was going to help them.
Harmony. The
Yeah.
opposite of chaos is harmony.
So like literal harmony, they had to harmonize with each other, and
Yeah.
that was like,
girl,
woo!
it's the librarian.
No, I know that. I just wanted to make sure I was getting all the information correct.
Yeah, you
Cool.
defeat chaos
That's
with
fine with
harmony.
me.
And I didn't realize that meant that they were now immune to him.
Yeah, because when he did it a second time,
To
they
the
weren't
dosa,
affected.
yeah. I want to talk about the song that they chose.
Yes.
Yeah, but they sound great. They did sound like they sounded great. I agree that they should start a band.
I really like the band names more than I like
What
the
was
idea
it?
of a band.
Bibliotechnos?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love that. That one's my favorite.
It's a really good one. Okay, so we have this whole thing with Barry,
Yes.
Apep, who he has to go to the science museum and he makes the mannequins walk, a la season 1, episode 1 of Doctor Who Rose. I'm just gonna point it out if we're gonna have the mannequins walk.
Yeah, it's
do
true.
it.
There was even a spacesuit in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Impossible Astronaut, Doctor Who.
Yes.
Just all of it.
Yeah.
Just a British guy running around with a long scarf. So weird.
Yeah, being real flamboyant, saving the planet. And then he even gives us our I'm a librarian, this planet is protected speech. It was very Matt Smith.
That was great, though.
Yeah.
It was,
I felt like I was watching a Doctor Who episode for sure.
it's really interesting. Something I will just note right here and we'll talk about later is that Flynn said, I would die for them. That's what he said to Apep, and I would like that noted.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Duly noted.
Okay.
I think it's right
So
there.
I'll just stick a pin in it.
Thank you, because we'll come back to that.
Okay.
I know Tauri wants to talk about the submarine, but we're not going to talk about the submarine.
Yeah.
No
can we,
submarine.
but like it's so cool. So
Okay.
like submarines are great because they.
But I'd rather talk about a mechanism that points to coordinates. This clock, this giant clock.
Oh yeah.
You know what else has clocks?
Stop. Now you went too far.
Tell me what has clocks.
Submarines.
I really like seeing them run around the science museum nerding out.
It's adorable.
Right? Because we have the guys who are all into the submarines, and everyone's really excited about the history of man, and Cassandra's really excited about the clock. It was like real cute to see them nerdy.
It was just nice to see them kind of get
I
like.
miss them so much.
Yeah, it was really good to see them again.
Yeah. We don't need to go into the details of the episode of the like Apep story in the museum because we saw it. You saw it. It was good. But we have this portal that he opens up and that closes immediately. First of all, much better portals this season.
Yay!
Yes.
They were round.
Yes.
I know. I was
very
surprised
much.
when they said portal. I was like,
I got
okay,
so
here we
excited.
go. And then I was like, oh, it's just a hole.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the other side. It's
Nice.
Also, that was really good.
The portal closed, and I feel like something had to escape, right? There's
Maybe.
No, there wasn't enough time, I don't think.
Yeah, but it opened.
right.
Pure evil the portal to pure evil had opened.
Yes.
Yeah.
For more than just a second.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that something is going to have escaped.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like they're establishing that this is the one and only method for APEP to get through, right?
Right.
And so they now have the key to that. So it just means that essentially the next step could be like an assault on the library.
The poor library, man.
I know.
You mean the annex?
Sorry, yes, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I feel that the arc could be that there's all this like bubbling chaos, and so like now that the official portal is thwarted, then it'll be APEP trying to find alternate ways and maybe trying to break reality itself.
Oh, I can
Big
totally
prediction.
see that. I like that one. I like that one a lot.
All right. I want to take another moment and thank our fans.
Sorry, I just saw what it said in the chat. When
What
you
does it
saw
say in the chat?
fans, or it said R.I.P. Sky Vaginas. Sorry, that made me really happy.
Yes. Rest in peace. I want to thank our fans. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We know that we are on super late this season. Sorry. Thank you for joining us. I want to give a very special shout out to Tanya from Twitter, who made a very awesome graphic and tweeted out the link to tonight's episode. Also, we have iTunes reviews from the end of last season.
Yes, read them.
nice.
I'm so excited. So thank you, everyone. Please go to iTunes, subscribe so you don't miss a single episode, and rate and review. If you like us, you can give us 5 stars. If you don't like us, you can give us 4 stars. The other stars, they do not work. So don't bother. I'm going to read a few of these from the end of last season. Lana Vase said, and I've had a wonderful time listening to this podcast. I hope you all listen. I hope to listen to you all again. 5 stars.
Woo!
Another great finale. Yep, we're talking about last season finale. Although it makes me wonder, is every season finale going to be the gang using time manipulation to beat up evil old people? See, it's evil old people.
Yeah.
But they didn't say specific. Never mind. I'm not going to jump into that.
Old people are the root of all of our troubles.
But also, a lot of
Old
us had
people's
some
the root of all
good
evil.
theories. Is Flynn supposed to be the reincarnation of Arthur? There were some parallels in this episode, such as Eve as his lady in the lake. It would explain why Cal trusts him so much for Cal's first time with Flynn anyway. Although for a hot second I was hoping Eve would be the one using Cal. This is from the finale, if I forgot. Thank you, Lana Vase. Hodder, not Hodor, which makes me sad. 13 says, best of the best, 5 stars. Listening to this AfterBuzz show is like watching a great show and then talking about it with friends. I stumbled upon this podcast during season 2, and I wish I would have found it sooner. I've never been a big podcast fan, but between this and Grimm, my Monday and Tuesday mornings at work is a lot faster. The off seasons become a bit more boring. Thank you. DKW131 says, glad I took a second look. 5 stars.
Yay.
When I watched the first episode of The Librarians last year, this is 2 years ago now, I was disappointed as a big fan of the films. However, I found Yael here from I followed Yael here from Doctor Who, listened to the first podcast, and decided to give Librarians a second chance during the marathon.
Oh,
Nice.
good for
And I'm
you.
so glad I did. Thanks to the panel for turning me onto a great show that is both smart and funny. And how amazing was the episode and the time machines, the TARDIS and the DeLoreans, and the epic end to a season.
Nice.
We have 2 more.
Oh my goodness.
I know. So excited. Oh, come on. Oops. Okay.
Too better.
Love for Tuna says, great season, Big Daddies, 5 stars. This season was incredible, and this shows so much. So pumped to be getting a season 3. Fingers crossed that we get 15 episodes, because that means we'd be so lucky enough to get 5 more after shows. We're only getting 10 episodes this season. I better see everybody back next year. Look, we're back!
Yay!
One of the best panels on AfterBuzz. Yay, thank you. All right, Meg M, 1984. Love this nerdy show. 5 stars. The panel is always amazing and funny. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you. We did not lose any of our reviews from last season. We brought them back. Thank you. Go rate, review. We will read your reviews live on the air. I'm designated Tauri to read those going forward. Going forward, that's Tari's fault.
Sweet. I will
Okay.
pay
Well,
you
I will
as
bring
much
my-
respect
I will-
as possible.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'll also bring my computer next time so you could do that.
All right. I want to talk about Eve Baird's Spidey sense.
Yes.
Are we concerned?
Yeah, so we start with her training Stone. I'm
so happy
She's worried. She has Guardian's intuition. And if we remember in the season 1 finale, she saw their true potential. Although, if we remember where they were, it was all of them were kind of scary,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the clipping book exploded, which she was right about. Something is up. What do we think about Baird's Spidey senses? What do we think they mean?
You're looking at the wrong person right now because it could mean anything at this point. The
Do you
Librarians
think
is
she's
good.
being unreasonable, or do you
No,
think she's
no, no,
being...
no. I feel like she's always had a good head on her shoulders to a point. But I also think that if there's something in her gut telling her there's something wrong, that is something that you should take into consideration and really look into, and not be like Flynn, where you're just like, oh yeah, everything's gonna be fine. We're the Librarians. We can do it. And I'm like, no, no. I think she's on to something. I just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a sense of kind of the passing of the torch, like getting to the point where they don't need a guardian, you know. And so I think that she's really starting to feel that, and she's really like trying to push them as fast as possible, because I mean, yes, there are an influx of people coming after them, and like we haven't lost one yet, but we know that that's a very common occurrence with librarians.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I was worried when she was trying to train Stone that I thought she was gonna leave. That I thought that was what was gonna happen. I mean, I don't want her to, and I don't think she is, but I thought I thought she was trying to train Stone to be the new Guardian,
Right.
even though he's a librarian.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was strange that it was only just Stone that she was training. But then again, we didn't have time to
Right.
see if she was training everybody else.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because she's worried about them not reaching their true potential fast enough, which their true potential quotes on that from the
Yeah.
first season. But if we remember who they were at the end of the first season, Cassandra had
Powers, right?
no, she had powers, but she also had a guardian, and it was Lamia.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was her name.
Yeah.
That hottie. Yeah. She was her guardian, whereas the Stone and Ezekiel lost her as the guardian.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just, like I said, it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what's going on in her spidey senses, but I also feel like it is necessary.
Do you think she's going to continue to sense that something is wrong, or do you think that what she was sensing was the clippings book exploding, and then, APEP, and then the fact that we are now heading towards / in the middle of the war?
I think it's just the war. That's what I thought that was like the major thing, but I feel like there might be a surprise reason why she's feeling this way. So I think it's going to continue, not in every episode, but
Right.
like our major episodes where we have to deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could also be that now that the magical ley lines are kind of active, she is more in tuned with
yeah.
like fluctuations in the magical atmosphere. Like if you have a bullet in your leg, you can feel when it's gonna rain because of the pressure change.
No, it's true.
I know, it's just such a great analogy.
But that makes sense. I would have never thought of it that way, because the fact that I keep forgetting that, like, now, because that's why the government is so involved
Yeah.
now, because
Right.
the magic is there. Because I guess in my brain I always thought that I'm like, we're still trying to keep that under wraps. Nope, nope, that's out.
Nope.
It's out, but they're still trying to keep it
Under wraps.
You didn't see nothing.
Everything's fine.
That's my impression of a librarian.
Well, that's
was
no,
good.
that's good.
Thank you.
But yeah, I would I keep forgetting that that's what it is. So I can totally see that maybe just her spider senses tingling is just the fact that she's just feeling magic a little bit more now because it's out and about.
Right.
Yes.
Does Stone have super strength now? Is that
See,
a
I was
thing,
conceding
guys?
because Tauri and I have trained in martial arts for a good long time, so
Yeah.
we know that you're supposed to punch correctly, but it doesn't add to your power. It's
Right.
just so you can punch correctly without harming yourself.
I think I want to believe
it was so weird for
yeah.
me.
that the idea isn't that he has super strength. It's that he has always been this strong. He just hasn't been doing it right.
So it just unlocked his
Maybe.
power.
it kind
Yeah.
of like if he had been punching people correctly to begin with, it would have always been like this.
Okay.
But because he wasn't,
so
it wasn't.
weird to me because I was sitting there going, I really wish Tauri was here because I know
really
that we were.
that Christian Kane is real buff and real good looking, and we like to see him fight. I think
That's
what
fine.
it is.
That's fine.
I guess so. Though, like, I haven't seen a punch like that since this anime called Kenichi History's Mightiest Disciple. And it's like, because he has a very specific, like, punch that is like a combination of all these different martial arts.
Yes.
And so, like, and it could kill someone is
Like,
how powerful it is.
Yes.
And, like, I feel like that is exactly what that punch was. Where she's
so
like,
glad you brought
just,
that up.
you know, just rotate it a little bit.
It was 130 degrees or
Yeah.
something like.
Okay.
I don't know. It was weird to me. I mean, I knew it was just supposed to be something that Stone can have, and it's great.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I just want him to punch things. It's awesome.
I also just want him to punch things.
Yeah.
Shirtless.
So yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Just him cutting wood and punching people. That's fine with me.
Ooh, yeah, cutting wood.
Yeah, just with like a full arm swing.
yeah, no, I saw it.
But then the martial artist in me was like, huh? How is that supposed to work?
Yeah.
I like that you guys are thinking this through because I watched it and went, yeah. That's what I saw.
Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, I to me, especially with the like bared Spidey senses, him having this like super punch, I felt like maybe
everyone's
they're
gonna have
all they're all gonna
super
have
friends.
a
Well,
thing.
that's interesting, especially because Cassandra keeps wanting to use magic.
Oh, I know that's gonna bite her in the butt later, and it's gonna be great.
Well, it's
Sorry.
even weirder that, like, Ezekiel is using magic. He's like, yeah, I use magic stuff all the time. Well, because he's irresponsible.
Yes.
But, like, it's just interesting that clearly she wants to use it. And now that it's very much available, do we think that we're heading towards her using it?
I would think so. I mean, I feel like even though we got to see her kind of using magic in the alternate universe to a point, I feel like this is probably just kind of slowly inching towards that. Inching towards that.
It's also itching towards
yeah.
it.
But like, yeah, like I feel like I understand where she's coming from, where she's like, we can literally just use a spell and we could just put all this stuff together.
Yeah.
Instead of, being the greatest minds of all time and then doing it by hand.
I also feel like, remember she used to get nosebleeds from using
Yeah,
her
I was
brain?
hoping that was going to happen again. It didn't happen.
Yeah. They also, like, made reference to brain grape and then just chose not to say it. And I was like, are we not going to call it what it is?
Maybe there's like a trademark or something on brain grape.
Something
Maybe maybe somebody has like a gummy out there. It's like called brain grape, and they're like, you can't say that anymore.
Oh.
No, but like I prefer her to use magic than to like hurt herself.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
And I want them to agree.
I thought that was going to be her reasoning, but she didn't really use it. She just used it as in I want to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Flynn has his late night study sesh, which is when he's looking at the Book of the Dead, the Necromancer's Manual, which is a terrifying idea, but also put a pin in that for a second. And I feel like Flynn and Jenkins are fully aware that we are seeing APEP again, right? They both were like, oh, we're seeing that guy again.
Yeah.
You pointed out something very interesting.
Yes.
That when APEP left Barry's body, the room he was in was full of government agents.
Yeah.
Yes, I was hoping that was going to be my prediction, is that he's in a government agent's body.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
would be perfect. It would be the best cover.
Yeah. I would also just want to be him because I would just like to watch these like dudes who are complete idiots trying to figure out crap. I think it'd be so funny. Just see you sitting there like, sure, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. See if that works.
Yeah,
Just
I
in
wonder
the
how
back,
you're going to
just-
find him.
Yeah. That sucks. I don't know.
Maybe he's in New Jersey.
Just like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, just anywhere.
yeah, just anywhere. Just like, oh yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe in Maine. Let's go to Maine. I don't know. Like just something random, I feel like. But,
I like that. And I like that both Jenkins and Flynn are fully aware of it, whereas the rest of the team's like, and we solved that problem.
Well,
no, you didn't.
Bear didn't, I don't think she
Was like, I think we're going to see him again. And Flynn was like, we're fine. We're fine.
We're not fine.
No, I was
We're
like,
the furthest from fine.
And we
sort
have
of like the dog in the meme. This is fine. Everything's fine. Sitting in fire.
Yes. We have the Judson warning from the Librarian and the Judas Chalice from the third movie, which is that the ultimate war between good and evil is coming. And Jenkins reminds us that it has already begun.
Yep.
So that's where we are right now. which will take us into predictions in a minute. But before that, first of all, Stumpy callback for Tauri.
Yeah!
There was a callback for Stumpy. If you all missed it, that was for Tauri.
A time of stone. It was a time of gargoyles.
I was so excited about that.
I was really glad that we got this like
wanna watch that
moment
now.
of mourning. I have news and gossip, so let's head to news and gossip because I have a lot. Yeah. Okay, so our beloved Noah Wyle is in 7 out of the 10 episodes this season. That is more than ever before. He also is directing 2 and wrote episode 6.
Oh, nice.
He is like putting his money where his mouth is.
That's awesome.
Love it. We have 2 guest stars at least this season that have been announced. Sean Astin
What?
and Felicia Day.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Those are 2 guest stars that have been announced.
I'm so excited.
It has been confirmed. I don't think this is a spoiler, but it's been confirmed that Apep, God of Chaos, is our big villain this season.
Yeah. I would have never known that.
I figured it was Vanessa Williams.
I totally thought it was Vanessa
She's just going to be there to pester us. I think she's going to be the Sterling, like, in Leverage, where she's just there every once in a while.
I'm okay with it.
And we will have an episode this season that deals with a love potion. Ooh. We will also be getting more of Jenkins' backstory.
Yes, finally.
I know. I'm so excited.
I
And
hope it's something really, like, mediocre.
No, I was
Or, like,
so
he's like,
mad.
he was a farmer.
Shut up. Don't put
and
that into the universe.
He
Such a
found a
jerk.
comet and made him immortal. The end.
Oh my
all right.
god, my soul hurts.
We have pointed out a lot on this show, and we will continue to do so, how much Librarians is influenced by Doctor Who. And I would like to let you all know that they have hired 2 Doctor Who writers.
Of course they did.
Tim McRae, who wrote The Girl Who Waited, Rise of the Cybermen, Age of Steel, and Gareth Roberts, who wrote The Shakespeare Code, The Unicorn and the Wasp, The Lodger, Closing Time, amongst others.
Nice.
Yeah, really great writers joining our team. So excited.
Yeah, this season's gonna be great.
Okay, the biggest news, the reason we put pins in a few things,
Yes.
it has been announced,
Uh-oh.
although I'm going to go with it's still a rumor, even though it's been announced. One character... He's purring because he knows how much I like cats. One character will die.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh man,
Yeah,
who was saying that?
huge.
Oh, Ivan. So sorry, Ivan. There is someone who's gonna die, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm really
sorry.
bummed.
Is it like a? Did they say it was a major character? I mean, I guess it would have to be.
Yeah, so I
Stumpy
say
again.
we're taking it to... Let's take it to predictions.
Oh no, I'm so sad.
There it is.
Just gotta wait.
And now,
Yeah, so...
your AfterBuzz TV.
Predictions.
Some things we put pins in. Flynn said, I would die for them.
Uh-huh.
That's one that we put a pin in that because
Yeah.
I wanted
Yes,
to mention
we
that.
definitely did that.
Also, I felt like Baird's whole thing at the beginning with her worry and her training and them reaching their full potential felt like a goodbye. It felt like
okay.
if you know someone's gonna die and you watch that first part, it feels like I'm prepping you for the rest of the season because I'm not staying around.
See, I was hoping that wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm just in denial about it.
I feel like every week our guess is going to change as to who will die. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. Just keep us on our toes.
There's no guarantee that it'll be in the finale. There's no one knows when.
Okay.
Yeah.
Predictions
man.
on that. And then the only other thing I saw in the promo was Charlene.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited. Tauri, we don't do that here.
Sorry, I was depleted of air, and I had to quickly refill it with my mouth wide open.
All right.
Wow, it's right open.
I'm
Alexis, predictions.
shutting down.
What's happening?
Predictions.
So
Not necessarily
predictions.
The death.
Man, I feel like we're gonna get a lot. Not because it's only episode 2. So I feel like we're gonna get more training with Baird and maybe one of the other librarians, and then I feel like there's gonna be a lot more. I don't know if there's gonna be a lot more Spidey sense, but I hope that there's gonna be a lot more questions about it, and maybe just her feeling extremely uneasy. I don't know if we're gonna see Apep in this one. I think we might have just like a Monster of the Week kind of thing, or Disaster of the Week, I should say.
Okay.
Next time, I think we're gonna put a pin in him for a while, and then he'll come back. So we might be dealing with more government crap.
Yeah.
I think for a majority of it.
Tari.
I think just scatter predictions here.
Yes.
I think that Cassandra is going to be pushed further and further towards the Ladies of the Lake because of her
man, we've been talking about that
desire.
forever.
Yeah, like she.
Because I want it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it would
has
be
to
great.
happen.
Yeah. And especially
forgot
with
about
her
that.
wanting to use magic, I think that will be the final push.
Oh man.
Which would be
That would be so
amazing.
cool.
And I think that she's the one. I think that she's the one who's gonna go.
Really?
I do because
I don't want her to go.
I don't want her to
You
either.
shut your mouth.
I'm sorry, guys. I can predict whatever
No, you
I
can. You
would
can.
Go
like.
on, jerk face.
Okay. I feel like she's she's always been the closest to death, and she has also been the one who has been kind of like separate from the team in that she started as she started in the first season as betraying them, and then this time they're basically holding her back overall.
Yeah.
Like she's the smartest on the team. They're limiting what she can do within the confines of the library. So there are other alternatives that she knows exists, and I think that will be her final betrayal. And I think that she will ultimately like either sacrifice herself or she will dive into something that is too powerful for her to contain, and that will pop the brain grape.
Well, it's funny. Oh, see, I was thinking that Stone was going to try to stop Cassandra from trying to sacrifice herself, because I'm not saying that Stone and her are going to get together, but I feel like Stone would be the first person who'd be like, no,
Right.
Yeah.
and then Yael and I would just be sad for the entirety of the season.
Okay. I know that the announcement is that somebody will die. I feel like someone's going to die, and then a few episodes later,
Think he's going to come back?
they're gonna come back somehow.
I mean, they didn't say they were going to be gone forever.
Yeah, like
they're off the show.
I'm
Yeah.
predicting that
Alright.
somebody dies but comes back.
Okay.
That's the prediction I'm making.
Ooh, so I would definitely go with Baird on that one then.
I think Jenkins might die.
Crap! I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Crap.
we're getting more of his backstory.
Oh, no! I don't like it. No.
I like that no matter who we say would die,
Yeah.
it's like, no!
Yeah.
No one can die!
Well,
You can't give
I don't
us a
mind if- I'm
cast
just
of
kidding.
characters we love and then go, we're gonna kill one. That's not okay.
Yeah. I hope Stumpy is resurrected. He's like a
you
full-fledged
can just take
gargoyle.
Ezekiel. That's fine. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. I love
No.
Ezekiel. No. I was just messing with you. It's just that he's the only name we didn't mention yet, so I just want to throw him in there.
I think he's immune to death because we've already seen him die
No, that's
hundreds
true.
of times.
Oh man, that loop was harsh.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, that's why I was like, I can't do that, guys. That's why I was
You guys are
kidding.
killing me.
Well, that's why I think it's gonna be great knowing that we do know that. It's just gonna be like, oh, look at all these little things.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
just
gonna be
think that
a
we
roller coaster
have
ride.
this moment where Flynn is looking at the Book of the Dead, the Necromancer's Manual. Like that's a huge
I mean-
we're gonna bring someone back to life. Stumpy.
Yeah, Stumpy. We're gonna bring him back to life with the Book of the Dead.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on that voice.
Shut
I
up.
gotta bring someone back to life. See you guys later.
Oh my word.
On that note, Tari's fired.
He's the one that was
last
actually
show.
leaving the show. It was just gonna
Yeah.
be me and Yael
Yes,
forever.
it was
Been a
Tari.
good one.
Oh my gosh.
All right, before I let you all
Play it.
go, I want to let you know what our schedule is.
Yes.
Because tonight we were at 11 o'clock Pacific time. So sorry. It's going to be worse. Next week, because it's Thanksgiving, we're not going to be here Sunday night. We will be here Monday, November 28th at 11 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
So same time, but on Monday. Sorry, it's so late.
Sorry, it's so late.
We also are unhappy, but that's what we're doing. And the rest of the season, unless we let you know, it'll be Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Pacific time. So an hour earlier. For those who are listening on iTunes, haha, lucky you.
Yeah, pretty much.
But until next week, Alexis, why don't you tell people where they can keep up with you?
You can keep up with me. It's late. You can keep up with me at atorres890. I'm all over social media. You can find me there. Shows I'm doing on AfterBuzz, which are obviously going on break because holidays are coming up for Thanksgiving and things like that. But Mondays I do Timeless, which will also be Librarians in a couple weeks. Wednesdays I do the Lethal Weapon after show, and then Sundays I do Bob's Burgers. So keep up with me there. Talk to me about stuff. I also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/atorres890.
Awesome. Tari.
Hi! You can follow me at Tauri
What was that
J.
voice, Tari?
You
That's
can
a
follow
dumb
me
voice.
at Tauri J.
Sure.
G-U-R-I-J-A-Y. You can also find me in the DC slate, Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and here on the Librarians.
Okay.
That sounded like a villain.
I don't like it. I'm Yael Tygiel. You can find me everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And I have a podcast. It is called Intimate Interrogations. It is free on iTunes and Stitcher. There are no new episodes throughout the holidays, so now is a good time to catch up. It's free. I said that. Intimate
Yes.
Interrogations. Sometimes it's filthy, sometimes it's not. Check it out, and we'll see you next week on the 28th. That is Monday at 11 p.m. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.